Hi, my name is T.M. Hoy, author of Lasting Happiness, Secrets of the Heart, Mind, and Spirit Revealed, and welcome back to my series on the path with heart, how you walk that path, which is basically pursuing your passions at the same time that you're acting on your visions and your values. That's the short definition that I use for the path with heart. So thank you for returning. In this video, I'd like to discuss with you just very briefly how you walk that path. How do you find it? What is it that creates that life that's worth living and brings some magic into your existence? How do you do that? So it's actually quite simple. It's not difficult at all. You begin by asking yourself some values and visions questions, and these will help make your life goals clear. And the kinds of questions I'm asking that you should ask yourself, if you have a couple of spare minutes to just sit back and think about this deeply. What is it that's most important to you? What are the things in your world that bother you the most that you need to change or that you'd love to see changed? What are the things you're most proud of and why? What are the things that are worth fighting and dying for? When you answer these questions, your life goals begin to become clear. Another method that's very quick that I also recommend, it's in my book, Lasting Happiness, by the way, is facing your own mortality. And you can do this very simply just by visiting an old age home and volunteering to chat with some of the residents at the end of their life, or visiting a cancer ward, for example, in a hospital and volunteering to visit with some of the patients there. And this will bring your life goals into complete clarity very quickly, because you're going to be faced with your own mortality as you are being empathetic and kind towards people that are at the end of their life. So when you have your life goals clear, when you know what it is that's most important to you and what it is that you're here to do, this is the first steps on that path towards creating a life that's worth living and becoming your true self, the person you were born to be. The second step, and this is what makes it magical and this is what really brings it alive, the next step is to just think about the things that you love, your passions, the things that excite you and fascinate you. And when you've identified the things that you'd love to do, just if you had all the free time in the world, if you had spare time all the time, what would you be doing with that time? How would you be spending your life if you could choose how you wanted to do that? Those are the things that are your passions. These are the things that fascinate you. And identify them. When the two meet, when your passion or the things that fascinate and delight you meet your values and your visions, when you can act those things out together, that's the path with heart. And so to kind of give you a little sliver of an example from my own life, for example, one of the things that I love very, very much is nature. That's a great passion of mine. I love the beauty of nature. I love wildlife. I like being a part of it and seeing it and experiencing it. And one of my values, one of my core values, is trying to restore balance to nature, trying to restore a harmony and health to the natural environment. That's very, very important to me. So where do these things meet for me? For me, it's returning a backyard into a nature preserve. And if this is something that appeals to you, it's very simple to do. All you need to do is create a water source. So whether that be a dripping fountain, maybe, or a dripping faucet rather, maybe a bird bath, maybe a small pond, but provide some kind of a steady water source for animals to use. And then do a little bit of research. Look into what plants are invasive, what plants are not native to your area, and find the ones that are native, that the local animals and birds use as a food source or food sources. Usually there's a few key species, so it's not like you have to do a bunch of work. And take a few plants out that are invasive and replace them with native plants. Very quickly, if you're quiet at night and you leave the lights off in your backyard, what you'll find is that you've created your own private little nature preserve. And very rapidly, you'll have animals and birds returning, and your yard will be much lower maintenance as well, so it's less work. And altogether, what ends up happening is that you begin to develop a relationship with nature, because you'll see things change as the seasons change. You'll be more in harmony with your environment, and on top of that, you'll get to know the local wildlife, the animals in your area, as their neighbors, which they are, and you'll be a part of nature. You'll have a relationship with it rather than being an outsider. And this was something that's very, very important to me. So that's one little part of the Path with Heart, and think about it in your life of how you can develop that and how you can marry your passion or your fascination with your values and your visions that further your life goals in your immediate life. And the next step in the series, the number 3, is going to be how you walk that walk, how you begin to make that journey that I call the Path with Heart. So thank you for spending a couple of minutes with me today. Really appreciate your time, and I look forward to seeing you for the next in our series, number 3 of the Path with Heart. Take care. Bye-bye.